G'day everyone and welcome to the player ratings for easily our best performance of the season. We beat Crystal Palace in the third round of the Carabao Cup on our road to our Carabao Cup defence. We beat Palace 3-0 for the first of two games against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford this week. What a performance from so many of our players. I really couldn't name one poor player. Maybe I could name one or two, but it's really, really tough to point out a poor player. Everyone played their role really well. There were some actual outstanding players. Some young players got their chance. 70% possession, dominated the shot count, absolute liquid football like we haven't seen all season. And in my opinion, I might be overreacting. That's one of the best performances under the Erik ten Hag reign, and it's against the run of flow in terms of the form we've had lately. So, really pleased with that performance. It was proper Ten Hag ball. Really, really good on the ball, all of our players. Possession was up, shots were up, creating chances. Proper Ten Hag ball. There was a clear system in play there. Let's get into these player ratings. Andre Onana, easy, 6.5. Booyah, 6.5. Kept a clean sheet. Good with his feet, made two good saves, did his job perfectly. That's back-to-back clean sheets for Andre Onana. Let's hope he can keep building. Diogo Dalot for me is a 7. He is so important. All of our fullbacks are injured. Reguilon's out ill. Luke Shaw's out with a long-term injury. Malassi is out with a long-term injury. Wan-Bissaka's out for 2 weeks. And Dalot is our only available fullback, and he is stepping up week in, week out. He's looking absolutely superb at the moment, Diogo Dalot. So pleased with how good he is going forward. And I think one aspect he's added to his game massively this season is defensively, which is the defensive aspect, which he really needed to work on, and it's exactly what he's worked on. Really happy with how Dalot played today, and has been playing as of recent. He gets a 7. Varane, 6.5 for me. There you go. You're going to go with 7.1. I kept a clean sheet. Rolls Royce. I didn't think it was like an incredible Rafael Varane performance, but I thought it was a really solid, above average Rafael Varane performance. 6.5. Did the job very well. Harry Maguire for me is a 7. That's an agenda, because I actually think Maguire was better than Varane. There was one instance where Maguire was caught slightly out of position, but he got back to put enough pressure on. But Maguire's on-the-ball work was absolutely superb. Pinging balls to the other side of the pitch that started up our play. If Onana didn't start to play with his feet, it was Maguire that started to play with his feet. He cut off a few good passing lanes. I thought he did a really serviceable job today. Not to say he has a long-term future at this club, because Johnny Evans doesn't have a long-term future at this club either, and he was arguably our best player the other day against Burnley. So for some reason, Maguire and Johnny Evans are putting on masterclasses for everyone to see. 7, great performance, Maguire. And I'm going to give a 7 to Rafael Varane, because it's a centre-back partnership after all, and I feel like he did his job very well. Amrabat, 8. I thought for the first 25 or so minutes to half an hour, I thought he struggled to get into the game. After that, the bloke's playing at left back on his United starting debut, and he's just dominated. He's dominated left back. He's dropping into midfield. On the ball, he's amazing. Physically, he's amazing. What a perfect signing Sofiane Amrabat is. What an absolute superstar this guy's going to be. And now midfield is just going to be completely reformed. You've got Bruno at number 10. You've got Amrabat and Casemiro in deeper positions. You can rotate the number 10 position, whether it's Mason Mount or Christian Eriksen. We're in such a good position in the midfield now with Amrabat. Casemiro, he also gets an 8. He gets the man of the match. Casemiro probably gets an 8.5. He's back to his very best, isn't he? He is back to his very tippity-toppity best. I think he's actually added an aspect to his game this season, and that is his work on the ball. One of his downsides last year, despite being the best holding midfielder in the world, was he wasn't amazing on the ball, playing these impossible... he tried to play Bruno Fernandes Kevin De Bruyne impossible passes through tight gaps, and he's now executing them every single time, no error, putting balls into the box, scoring goals for fun. That's now 20 goals and assists for Casemiro in 58 Manchester United appearances. What a player, and what a legend he is turning into at Manchester United. If he can continue this for at least 2-3 more years and win us some silverware, oh my god. Hannibal. People are saying he was better than he really was. He's a 5 for me. He was probably our worst player. And he's a young player, so I'm not expecting anything monstrous from him. But I think the drop-off he had compared to the game against Burnley was massive. On the ball, wasn't very good. He didn't cover anywhere near as much area as he did against Burnley. He works hard, I get it, but we don't need another Scott McTominay merchant. Mason Mount, 7.5, do you reckon? I reckon it's an 8. I reckon it's an 8 for Mason Mount. I think he was as good as Amrabat and Casemiro. He was only on for a half, which makes it very, very hard. And from what I read on Twitter, it was a pre-planned substitution, bringing him back from injury. But playing him in a number 10 role, where he plays his best football, wow. His link-up with Martial and everyone around him was so, so good. So, so vital into our build-up play and scoring 2 early goals. What a performance, Mason Mount. Gets his assist. First goal or assist for United. What a performance. And I think with the Amrabat, Casemiro, Bruno midfield, that has to be set. Mount has to go onto that right wing and take that position, because that's still a position where he can drop into midfield and he can get involved in the link-up, which he's so good at. He can put balls into the box, which he's got an amazing leg on him. Yeah, Mason Mount, he's an 8 for me. I think he was as good as Casemiro and Amrabat, personally. Facundo Pellistri, for me, probably a 6.5, 7. I'm giving him a 6.5. I see the 7. I think he lacked composure in the final third a bit, but I thought he was quite valuable in the link-up. I don't think it was an absolutely incredible Pellistri performance, but we're just going to give him that run of games, unless we're going to give that right-wing position to Mason Mount. Garnacho, 7. Superb. Got his goal. He was better than Pellistri, definitely, around the pitch on the ball. I thought he linked up better than Pellistri. I thought he just looked really, really solid. He created chances for Martial. He got chances for himself. He scored his goal really, really well. Garnacho, what a player. Martial, probably 6.5. You know, solid. Got his ball. Got his goal. I thought his link-up was good. I just think he lacks a little bit of polish in the final third. But, you know, he hasn't got a massive run of games. And he's staying healthy for about 2 or 3 months now. He's looking alright. He's looking alright, Tony. Ivan Tony, he'd be nice to get in January. But no, our Tony, at the moment, looking good. Victor Lindelof, 6. Johnny Evans, 6. Almost scored a goal. Dan Gore, 6.5. Looks fantastic in his senior debut on his birthday, Dan Gore. I watched Gore in pre-season and I loved the look of him. I'm really happy with Ten Hag trying to implement him in the 11. Donny van der Beek, 6.5. Definitely without... obviously, we can't get rid of Bruno Fernandes because he's arguably our most important player. But Donny van der Beek without Bruno in the side, with the little run and carry, little 1-2s, he's so composed, so dynamic. And Van der Beek had a really nice game today. And again, it reminds me of his Ajax days. And Højlund, 6. Ten Hag, 7. Easily. 7.5 I'll give him. Team selection was perfect. I really loved how he didn't use Bruno Rashford, despite how much that temptation could have been. Rotated players well. He got the most out of Mason Mount before bringing him off after 40 minutes. Got the early lead, which allowed us to relax with our subs. Bring on the likes of Johnny Evans, Dan Gore, Donny van der Beek. He's handling the Sancho situation perfectly off the field at the moment. Gave another chance to Hannibal. Gave another chance to Pellistri. People were criticising Amrabat at left back, but he gave us the best possible option, Sofian Amrabat, and he did a fantastic job moving him into the midfield in the second half. Maguire playing was the right option over Johnny Evans in the end, giving him a bit of game time. And I will mention Victor Lindelof here. I'm going to actually give him a 7 because he had to play out of position for the entirety of the second half at left back, and I thought he did a really good job of it. So I'm going to give Lindelof a 7 purely for that. Man, if it's not Casemiro, I'll be so stunned, and it will be. I'm not expecting anything else. Casemiro, 86% of the vote. What a performance from that man. Wow, he's back to his best. We play Crystal Palace again on Saturday. Then midweek, we have Galatasaray in the Champions League. And then Brentford back in the Premier League. I'll see you all next time. We're back, hopefully. Touch wood. Cheers.